Good morning, welcome to another video. It is the close season. We're actually over a week into the close season now. And I've come out today, somewhere I've not fished for a very long time. I've not had this ticket for a while. This is Snitterfield Reservoir on the Leamington book. I've come out here for a few hours this morning after the school run, just to see what we can catch really. The plan is to do a bit of float fishing. You don't have to fish far out here, as far as I remember. Just fairly close in. What we've actually got, I've picked a swim with a bit of cover there. I thought that might do us a favour. I've just put in a couple of small balls of sort of white crumb mixed with some Sensus 3000 gross gardons, a couple of pouchfuls of hemp and a couple of pouchfuls of maggots, and that's it. I've got a few baits with me today. I've got some maggots, I've got a bit of corn, I've got some bread. So we'll just see how it goes really. A few other chaps here. I've only seen one chap, that chap over there, has caught something, he caught a roach, don't know, 5 or 6 ounces perhaps, just as I was unloading. Apart from that, I've not seen anyone else catch anything, so hopefully we can do something. Anyway, that's the plan, just to get some bites, just catch anything we can really. There's some crucians in here, I'd love some crucians, it might be a bit cold for that. There's some tench, there's even some chub, there's skimmers, carp, there's all sorts of everything. We're not targeting the carp today, we're going to fish fairly light. And talking about that, I'll go and grab my gear and we'll run through that. Now you can probably see from the opposite bank over there, it's a bit of a concrete bowl this. It does get deep fairly quickly. But what I would like to do, if possible, is fish with this. This is my 10-foot Ninja extendable float rod. I'd like to have a go with this, purely because this is going to be used on the canals. I've not used it before, so a bit of a tester really, just to see exactly how it copes with some fish, like I say, before we're out on the canals, and I'm sure the canals will be a lot harder than this. I say I'm hoping I'm going to use it purely because I can't exactly remember how deep it is here. But if it's too deep for this rod to cope with, we'll go with my the other rod I've got with me, a 14-footer. It's got a bigger float on. But it'd be nice to use this. If it is too deep for this, we'll perhaps fish through the water with this. Perhaps fish on the drop and fish on the bottom of the other rod. But like I say, it would be nice to use this. Let's see what we've got. Like I say, it's been a long time since I've fished here. Right, okay, so we're good there. It might be a bit of a struggle with this rod, but we'll give it a go. As I say, I would like to try it out. Right, we're fishing. I thought I'd start on maggot. It's a nice all-round bait, isn't it? We could catch anything on maggots. It's got some bronzes with me, left over from the river season. And I've got a few reds as well, only about a quarter of a pint of reds, something like that, not many. Be interesting to see if we can get anything going. Hopefully we can. All right. That was a bite, wasn't it? Shot out of the water, the float. Doesn't look like it's been touched, but that was definitely a bite. All right. Okay, we're in. What we got? Christmas rod. Not surprisingly, it looks like it's a roach in these conditions. We'll net him. Could probably swing him, but we'll net him. Hooray! We're off the mark in the close season. How's about that? Nice little roach. Wonderful. Right, I think we'll get that keeping in, shall we? I've been going a bit easy with the feed because obviously I don't know a great deal about the venue. I didn't want to sort of fill it in and kill it before we even start. But yeah, that was cracking. There's clearly a few fish there. We'll perhaps put. Ooh. I was going to say we'll put a few more maggots in. We had a bite already. It's that one. God, a few fish there now. Blimey. 10 minutes first cast without a bite, and then we're having a few bites now. Chap over there's got something decent on, I think. His mate's come around to help him, so I assume it's something decent. I'm not really kitted out for catching anything big. Got a sort of £2 bottom on, £3 main line, 013 hook link, Drennan Suplex hook link. I'll put all the information, all the stuff I'm using down in the description. There we go. Catching a few now, aren't we? There's another reasonable fish. I think we can swing it just about. God, it's a nice stamp roach here. That's cracking. Well, this is fab. Oh, really enjoying this. It's a little bit deep really for this rod, I must admit, this swim. But like I say, I really did want to give it a test out. It's because I have had trouble in the past fishing with sort of 14-foot rods, 13, 14-foot rods with trees above. It can be a bit of a struggle overhead. So I wanted a shorter rod, and I got the extendable version because it, obviously being a 10-foot rod, it's actually two-piece, so it's it folds down to two 5-foot sections. But this slides in about 1.5 foot, so it folds down to sort of just over 4 foot, which is great for roving around on the canals. Absolutely perfect. I say we are fishing very delicately. That looked like a bite. Possibly too delicately, really. So, like I say, I've got my heavier setup. I think this is 4BB, this float. It's a canal dot. I've got my 14-foot rod set up with a 9BB. So we could switch over if you need to, but it'd be nice to fish nice and delicately. Could be a day of roach and skimmers perhaps, as it's not particularly warm, like I say. What's lovely about fishing here, you just don't know what the next bite might be from. I say crucians, tench, bream, skimmers, carp. Apparently there's some chub in here now as well. There's even a couple of grass carp in here, I believe. Certainly some fish in this peg. Looking at the way that float's bouncing about. There we go. What's this? I don't know, it's fighting. Of course, a nice roach in here, isn't there? Wow. Absolutely wonderful. Like that. Cracking. Well, this is very enjoyable, I have to say. Well, it's gone a bit quiet, bizarrely. I'll just put another ball of ground bait in. All right. He says, just put another ball of ground bait in just to try and help things along. Just had a little dip there. Really thinking of changing this setup and putting the other one on. It's just this, when this wind, a bit of chop picks up, it's just dragging this float down. Obviously, got a little bit of line on the bottom, so this bit of chop just pulling the float a little bit and just almost dragging it under, but it's just about coping. Ooh, what's this? Well, this is not a roach. Well, I don't think so anyway. It's just plodding. Perhaps it's a bream. It is a bream. Got him. Well, this is great. God, doing all this fighting in the net. How's about that? Suppose you'd call him a skimmer, really. I'll show you the shot in a minute. It's nothing spectacular at all. I've basically got the bulk about 2/3 of the way down and then just a few droppers. That's it. Nothing technical, nothing difficult. Right, you can probably see it's gone flat calm. So what I've done is I've shotted the float right down. It's actually drifted in a bit. I've shotted it right down, so we've only got maybe, probably not even 5 mil sticking out of the water. Just in the hope of some of these little dips I'm getting, perhaps we'll be able to convert them. But to be honest, we're getting plenty of bites. I'm quite happy with how things are going. Been fairly sparing with the bait. I'm only putting maggots in really. I've topped up with half a pouch of hemp and 1 little ball of ground bait since I've been fishing. By little ball I mean that sort of size, I mean not big at all. Hardly anything in it. Just trying to feel my way really, see what's happening. Oh. So I really don't want to fill it in and just wreck the swim. Oh, that went in like a sack of spuds. So yeah, I'd rather underfeed than overfeed really. That was a lovely bite as well, just sailed away. We're putting a nice net of roach together. I think we can swing in just about. Cracking. I think we'll have a few more minutes on this gear and then I think I'm going to set the other rod up. Well, it's set up, I mean just get it into action. Because, I say, this is only just about coping. It's nice to fish delicately, but it is really just coping with what we're doing. Oh, blimey. What's this? Oh, it's off. Oh no, oh no, oh no, this is off. Whatever it is, it's off. God, what's this? Feels very strange. It's like thump, 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 thump. And I've done nothing but give line so far. What a strange, strange fight. I don't think it's a tench. No, it might be. Could it be a crucian? But I guess it could be a crucian because I've not played a crucian for a very long time. Hopefully we can get it in. Give me an absolute beating, whatever it is. Unless maybe it's foul hooked, because it's very strange, whatever's on the end. Proper bite though. No idea. No, it is. It's a tench. We got him in the tail, unfortunately. I thought it was a strange fight. Well, at least there's some tench down there. I would explain the thump, 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 thump. It's a nice tench as well. Well, he's no monster, but he's got the pound by the looks of it. I think he's hooked in the tail anyway. Got him. Well, I think we have hooked him in the wrong place. Mr. Tench. We won't really count that. But we did get him in, so that's good. And there's some tench down there, which is even better news. Right, I'm going to break out the other rod. I think we'll have much more control over what we're doing with the other setup. That's certainly proved its worth, though. I'll definitely be using that down the canal. That's perfect for what I wanted. A heavier setup. A 9BB Drake Waggler on there. This is my Cadence CR10 14-foot match number 2. Daiwa 123 close face reel. Not a 125, that's on the other one. Very similar, but no anti-reverse, which is a bit of a pain if I'm honest. This float and this rod and setup will certainly cope better with this than that one did. Although we're sacrificing some delicacy of presentation, because just by virtue of the fact that we're fishing heavier. It's a little bit overshotted though. It's definitely a more suitable setup for this this depth and these conditions. I just wanted to have a little go with that other setup, really. Get a bit of a feel for it when we were going to get some bites, because it can be hard going down the canal. You know, I sit there for an hour waiting for a bite and then not have things quite right. But we're sorted with it now. That's great. That's cracking. There we go. Ooh, well, look. Ooh. What is this? That's a lovely bite. Don't know what this is. It feels a bit like a bream. It seems to be fighting a bit too hard to be a bream. I don't think it can be a bream. Is it a tench? It's a bream, I think. I believe how hard it's fighting. This is hybrid. It's proper scrapping. This can't be a bream. It looks like one. This water's quite coloured though, you can't really see. It's going crazy. Oh, that's a tench. That would explain it. Hooked in the right place this time. Got him. Fantastic. What a cracking scrap. Lovely tench. As I say, he's in the right place this time. Wonderful stuff. A tencher here. Great news. And they're actually feeding, rather than, like I say, that last one we nicked in the tail. Well, I'm having a thoroughly enjoyable time here. Sat in the sun, or just out of the sun. It's not very warm though, I have to say. It's warmed up a bit since the sun came out, but it is certainly not what you'd call a warm day. I was just thinking about perhaps going on a bit more of a target bait, changing out the small hook and single maggot and going perhaps on a bit of bread or a bit of corn or something. Just a bit more of a target. Perhaps we will in a minute. The grubs are certainly working, I have to say, and we're not getting sort of any, you know, annoying species. We're not getting lots of little fish or anything that we can't fish maggots. I'm just feeding like as if I was trotting down the river, to be honest, just half a dozen maggots every couple of minutes, just to keep some bait falling through the water, really. Well, it's a bit of a weird one. I thought we'd be getting more bites off perhaps roach. We've probably had maybe a dozen roach, something like that. But you'd think perhaps they were about, you get more bites. A strange one, really. I'm sort of persevering with the maggots just to give myself best chance of catching, you know, anything, really. I say we're not being plagued by nuisance tiny fish. We had a little sort of short period where we caught a few little perch, but that stopped again, so very sporadic, the bites. Seem to get sort of 2 or 3 bites and then nothing for 10 or 15 minutes. It's quite strange. It's almost like the fish are passing through rather than sort of sticking around and getting their heads down. Double maggot that time. A slightly bigger roach. We can swing him. Lovely. Just had a first indication then that some fish higher up in the water perhaps come up intercepting these maggots. Just wondering if it might be worth having to go through the water. I've got a couple of reds on, that's the first sign of anything. And again, really rapid dips on the float. Right, what I've done is I've gone a bit deeper and gone a little bit further out. It seems to be getting more bites further out, and it does, as I say, this does shelve off very quickly. And it's gone a bit quiet, but we'll have to just keep an eye on it, because obviously with the sun on the water, these fish are perhaps want to get up in the layers. So it may be worth fishing on the drop. That's a nice one. Lovely roach. Got him. That's a cracker. Look at that in the sunshine. Beautiful. Beautiful bite. Float just sailed away. What a lovely roach. Caught some cracking roach today. Well, nothing massive, but a nice stamp of fish. Beautiful. I don't know what's going on with this wind today. It is blown in every direction possible. It's been blowing towards me, coming from that way, and now it is going that way. Crazy. All over the place. Oh, hello. This feels like a roach, but it feels a nice one. Oh, that's a cracker. What a lovely fish. Absolutely wonderful. Let's try bronze and a red, change it up a bit. Doesn't seem that interested in the reds, really. But, you know, we have been feeding bronzes for a few hours now, so not overly surprising, I guess. I've kept the hemp going in, but not too much of it. and also the liquidized bread sort of ground bait mix. Well, I bet I haven't used, I've probably used about 1/3 of a pint of ground bait and probably a handful of hemp. That's all. I've been quite stingy with it, really. It's kept the bites coming, so that's the main thing. Although, as I say, it has quietened off now. That last bite was a good 10 minutes, 15 minutes coming. Oh, there's one. Very sporadic, the bites. I do think shoaler fish moves over you, has a bit of a feed and then goes. That's what it seems like. And then another one comes in, you have to wait for another one to turn up. That's kind of what it feels like. I don't think they're coming in and sort of cleaning me out. Like I say, I'm just a bit careful with the feed this time of year. And of course, not knowing the venue. I was just talking to the bailiff and he was telling me the tench and the bream are only just waking up. There's roach in now. Finally, for a few hours, just getting back in the swing of this. Fishing a static float, it's a bit weird at first. Oh, we've had a nice net full today. Certainly nice to come somewhere you haven't fished for a very long time and catch plenty of fish, get plenty of bites. As I say, something I don't do very often at all, really. Sort of getting used to the tow and the wind, etc. Right, that's it. Time has caught up with us. I call it a day there. That's been really, really enjoyable. I've loved that. That's been great. Get back in the swing of fishing the still waters. Really enjoyed that. Right, we'll have a little pack away and then we'll have a look what we've caught. Nice little catch. Well, I say little catch, we've had quite a few fish, I think. It's felt like it anyway. No more bonus fish since we had those couple of tench. Well, one proper tench, and there you go. We had a nice net of fish there, as you can see. Cracking. Right, let's get them back. Wonderful. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Go on, off you go. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that. It's been good to get back in the swing of things, back in the swing of fishing still waters. It's a bit of a shock when you haven't done it for a while. Certainly haven't done it since last close season. Yeah, I shall certainly be back. I'm going to get out as well again later on in the week, I think. We'll go somewhere different. I'm not sure exactly where. Probably going to leave the canals for now, just till it warms up a little bit more. I know from experience they can be quite difficult when it's still cold. So we'll let them warm up a little bit, and perhaps we'll get out and do some early mornings, perhaps at the weekends when I can get out nice and early. Like I say, we'll get to another pool or lake later on in the week. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Tight lines, enjoy your own angling. Many thanks to the channel patrons for your wonderful support. Thanks to those of you who supported me through buymeacoffee.com, and I'll see you again later on in the week.